Good afternoon. Today what you will be learning about is slope-intercept form and how to place equations into the slope-intercept form. Linear equation, y equals mx plus b, and the slope of the line is m, the y-intercept is b. What you're going to be doing is writing equations in slope-intercept form. Remember, you can use your notes to be able to fill in this part of your assignment. So first you have 2x plus y equals 7. You're going to want to put it in y equals mx plus b. It needs to look like that format. So right now you see we have a y here. We need to solve for that. We have to get rid of plus 2x. How do you get rid of plus 2x? The inverse operation is minus 2x. Minus 2x. Now your equation is y equals 7 minus 2x. Well, if you notice, these are switched. So what you're going to have to do for the equation is to switch them to put it in this format. So we are going to take it, add a line, change the sign. We are going to do y equals, take the negative 2x, you're going to put it there for the mx, and then your b is going to be 7. So now you have it as y equals mx plus b. Your m is negative 2, which is your slope, which equals m. So you're going to put a negative 2 right here. And your y-intercept, that's where it's going to start on your graph, on the y-axis, is a 7. That's the first one. Next one, you have plus 8. Minus 8, minus 8. Your equation is now y equals 3x minus 8. Add a line, change the sign. It's already in y equals mx plus b format. Y equals mx plus b. Your slope is right directly below. You see the m is a 3. So your slope is a 3. Your y-intercept is a negative 8. Now this one is a tricky one. As you know, we have the variable y. It's a negative y. What number is always in front of the y? 1. Well, we are solving for y. We are not solving for negative y. So we have to eliminate the negative y. So how do you end up doing it? You have right here, you see the 2 are multiplying. The inverse operation is division. Make sure you do it to each of the terms on the other side. So you're going to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. What's negative 1 divided by negative 1? It is just the y. We now have y equals. What is 5 divided by negative 1? 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5x. Now you have, add a line, change a sign. You have negative 8 divided by negative 1, which is a positive 8, plus 8. Now you have it already in y equals mx plus b format. Y equals mx plus b. Your m is your slope of negative 5. Come over here to slope. You have a negative 5, and your b is 8. That is your y-intercept. Now this part you have a negative 2 in front. You're going to divide each one of them by negative 2 and just solve accordingly. So now you have negative 2 divided by negative 2, which is 1. So you have y. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2x. And 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. Now your m is your negative 2. Your y-intercept is negative 4. Now what you're doing is you have underneath here, you're looking, you see you have a 2 as the coefficient in front. You're going to divide by negative 2, or divide by 2. Divide each one by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so now you have your y equals. Now a lot of people get confused at this part because you have x divided by 2. But what number is always in front of x? 1. So you can already see what is your slope. Your slope is going to be 1/2 and you have the x. So you have 1/2 and you have the x. Plus, and what's 10 divided by 2? 5. So your slope is 1/2. Your y-intercept is 5.
Beakley Harris, your right's ready.
So now you're at the very last one of the equation. You have 2x minus 4y equals 16. We have to get rid of the 2x. We need to put that on the other side. How do you move the 2x? You will do a minus 2x minus 2x. You put that. So now your equation is negative 4y equals 16 minus 2x. I have to eliminate the coefficient of negative 4. How do I get rid of the negative 4? Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4.
Taylor and Joshua Smith, your rights are ready.
Divide by negative 4.
Joshua Smith.
So you have here, what's negative 4 divided by negative 4? 1. So now you have y equals, what's 16 divided by negative 4? You have negative 4 plus, and what's negative 2 divided by negative 4 if you reduce it, plus 1/2 x. Well, as you know, it's not in y equals mx plus b format, so you have to switch the two terms so it is. So that's all you have to do is y equals, you take the 1/2 x, put it at the front, plus negative 4. Now you know your m is 1/2, and your y-intercept is negative 4. Okay, for this part, you have graph the equation 3x plus y equals 2. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. So you have 3x plus y equals 2. What you have to do is solve for y. How do you get rid of plus 3x? Minus 3x, minus 3x. So now your equation is y equals 2 minus 3x. Well, you have to be able to put it in y equals mx plus b format, so you have to switch the two terms. Add a line, change a sign. You have y equals negative 3x plus 2. As you know, y equals mx plus b. If you need to write that underneath it, it does help identify what the term and the numbers are for each one. So right there, it says find the slope and the y-intercept. M equals negative 3, b equals 2. So now the last part. Now you're going to learn how to graph it just using what we did. Graph the y-intercept, then make a second point using the slope. Connect the 2 points. You should make at least 3 points. The reason being, you know a linear equation. If at least you have 3, you know you're going along the same path.
Session girls, Sydney,
So,
Simone.
Right here, we have the y-intercept of 2.
Simone, Shelby, session.
Y-intercept. So, what you're going to do is you go to the y, you go to a positive number 2, put a dot, which is a coordinate. The next part now, you have a slope of 3. What is slope? It is rise over run. So we need a rise over run. And as we see, it's a negative slope. So how do you make negative 3 into a fraction? Negative 3 over 1. Well, we know it's going to be a negative slope. And how do negative slopes appear? They go down like that. And we know that. So we are going to look. We're going to start right here at this coordinate. So you have your y-intercept, rise over run. So we are going to go up 3, rise, 1, 2, 3. We need the slope to look like this since there's a negative in front of it. So what you're going to do is rise of 3, 1, 2, 3, and a run of 1. You will move it over, put a coordinate. Right now you have 2. For those people who are artists, and you can even see the symmetrical aspect, you can see where the next coordinate is going to go. So even if you can't go up, you know you're going over 1 and down 3. 1, 2, 3, which is still a rise because it's going up and a run of 1. If you want to continue, over 1, 1, 2, 3. Now I put 4 coordinates. All you need is a minimum of 3. You have to have 3. Afterwards, make sure you connect the coordinates, make your arrow, and you have just created your linear graph. Action. Okay, what we're going to do is parallel lines have the same slope. One of the questions that they usually have when they're testing you is to know which 2 equations you have parallel lines. So once you solve it for y equals mx plus b, make sure if they have the same slope, they are parallel. So the first one, we need to solve for that. So how do we get rid of negative x? Add x, add x. So now you have 2y equals 6 plus x. How do you end up moving the 2 over to the other side of the equation? These are multiplying, inverse operation, divide by 2. Make sure you divide everything by 2. Front of the variable is always the number 1. So now you just solve. You have y equals, what's 6 divided by 2? 3. Plus, then you have the 1/2, and you have the x. Now all you have to do is put it in y equals mx plus b format. You have y equals 1/2 x, y equals mx plus b. You have a 3. So this has a slope of 1/2. What you're going to want to do is do this for each one of the equations they provided for you. So we'll try another one. We'll do this. Minus x plus x plus x. So now you have 2y equals negative 2 plus x. How do you have the 2 move to the other side? Inverse operation. These are multiplying. Divide. Make sure you divide every term. So now you have y equals negative 1 plus 1/2. Remember, there's a 1 always in front of that. X. Now you have to just change it. So you have y equals you have 1/2. Y equals 1/2 x plus negative 1. Well, as you can see right here, they both have the same slope m. They both have 1/2, 1/2. You don't even need to go any further. The 2 lines that are parallel, that equation, and that equation. Okay, as you notice, we went through the notes. This is the same sheet that will go with the notes. First, you have the definition. We already went over that in the first aspect. Now, when you have the equations, you see each one of the equations. We already went through this in the first part of the video. You can see all the way down to the bottom. It's all the exact same thing which we just completed. Also, we just completed this as far as the notes, so you should be able to fill that out, watch the beginning of the video. And then the very final part that you have right here, which of the lines are parallel? I want you to show all work on how you found it. Make sure that you write everything down. Okay, thank you very much. The second part of your homework, as far as the packet, is the slope-intercept form. You are going to take each one of these equations, identify the slope, and identify the y-intercept. I'll do the first one with you. You have here 5x plus y equals 7. What you're going to do, minus 5x, since we're solving for y, minus 5x. So now your equation is y equals 7 minus 5x. Well, as you know, we need it in y equals mx plus b format, so we need to move those two terms. Add a line, change a sign. We have y equals negative 5x plus 7. Y equals mx plus b. So your slope is what? Your slope is negative 5, and your y-intercept is what? Where it crosses the y-axis, which is 7, which is your b. You have just solved the first one. You will need to complete the rest of this sheet in class. And as you can see, as we scroll, it continues all down here to the bottom as well. I will be able to assist you in class if you have any questions. Other than that, my shout out this week goes to Kyla and to, oh my gosh, there was someone else. Oh, Shay Shay. Sorry, Shay Shay, hi. Don't say anything in class. And sorry for the audio. You could hear some of the disruptions. It is Friday. You have ended up leaving or you're leaving. Have a great time. Have a great 3-day weekend. See you Tuesday. Bye-bye.